Welcome back to my channel. Hello guys. This video is a different video, different topic, because we will be discussing, I will be sharing with you guys my accounting knowledge. This is not for accounting students or good accounting students, because I know I'm not good when I was a student, but I know I'm good now in practice. I've been working, or I've been practicing my accounting profession since 2002. I passed the CPA exam when I was 21. So like it's 19 years already. 2002. So this is for non-accountants and maybe for first year accounting students. I can tell you guys, I'm not good. I was not good when I was studying accountancy in the university. Puro ako pasang-awa lang. You know, failing grades. But I managed to survive the 4-year accounting course. Not with flying colors. With pasang-awa grades. Okay? And then, I failed the first CPA exam, which I took October. I graduated in March. I took the review on June, and then I attended the review in June of the same year, and then I took the exam on October, but unfortunately I failed. I know I will fail because I can't understand the topics. I cannot solve all this, you know, handouts, problems that the professor were giving to us. I cannot complete reading or solving the problems, you know. So I know that I will fail. But then after that failure, I work for different jobs, odd jobs, not really accounting jobs. It's very difficult for me as an accounting graduate from the province who doesn't have an impressive grades on my, how do you call that, transcript of records. So after a year of struggling in looking for a job, I decided to take another exam. So while I was working as a sales associate in a store, sa mall, I attended review classes for CPA exam. This topic was about to give you guys accounting topic na, but now I am discussing you my life when I was a college student and I was a reviewee for the exam. So to cut the story short, I was working in the afternoon and I was attending review classes in the morning. And then few months before the exam, I resigned from my job to go full-time on the review. Luckily, I passed the exam. So anyway, May of 2002, I passed the exam. Then I was able to find an accounting job. So this topic is very common in accounting if you are already practicing your accounting job. This is about accrual and prepayments. What is accrual? Accrual means, say for example, I will give you an example to have a clear idea. For example, this month is April, okay? On April 30, you have pending salaries to be paid. You were not able to pay your salary on April 30. So there's no cash out. But it doesn't mean that you don't have expenses on your profit and loss statement. Let's say you have $1,000 salary for your employee and you did not pay him on April 30. It doesn't mean that on your profit and loss statement you won't have a $1,000 salary expense. That is when the accrual process will enter. So you accrue the expenses, meaning you charge the expenses on your P&L and you recognize the liability salary expense by debiting salary expense and an accounting journal entry at salary expense and then credit salary payable. So you have a liability. You increases your liability at the end of the month. You have $1,000 payable. You accrue the 1,000. You put it as expense. Okay? So now your profit and loss statement will show your real expenses even though it's not yet paid. It is the same as like rental payments. So you have due rental, electricity for at the end of the month. You haven't paid yet at the end of the month. You have to accrue. You have to add it to your expenses and recognize the liability. That's accruals. Charging the expenses at the time the expenses is incurred, not when the expenses is paid. Meaning, kung na-expense mo na siya, na-incur na siya, i-recognize mo na siya as expenses kahit hindi mo pa siya bayad. So, second is, what's the difference with prepayments? Prepayments or prepaid expenses are those advance payments. Like, say for example, an insurance premium, okay? You're paying an annual insurance. At the start of the year, let's say January. On January, you paid $500 for 1 year insurance. If you want to spend, it doesn't mean that in January, you have expenses of $500 on your profit and loss statement, insurance expense of $500. No. You have to divide the 500 into 12 months to allocate the expenses, the monthly expenses on your P&L. Okay, so 500 divided 12, just divide it. So in January, you only have expenses of how much? $80 something, correct? Not 500. The remaining, the 11 months portion of the 500 is prepayments, prepaid expenses. It's an asset account. It's on the asset side of the balance sheet as prepaid insurance. So, and then at the end of every month, you will recognize the expenses. You will put expenses on your P&L and reduce the prepaid account. That's the difference between prepaid and accrual. Another example, it's the same as paying an advance rental. So for example, in April, you paid 3 months rental, April, May, and June. It doesn't mean that the full 3 months will be shown on your financial statements as expenses. No, you will only put 1 month, the April expenses, rental expense related to April on your P&L, and the 2 months advance payment will be considered as prepaid rent. Okay? If it's not paid at the end of the month, but you already use it up, it's accrual. And you put the expense in your account, that means you are accruing the expenses. If you paid in advance, that means you have prepaid expenses. That's the difference between the two. Is it simple or is it difficult? It is difficult. It's easy to understand, right? So what else? What other topic we can discuss? Siguro yun muna. Did you learn something from me between prepayments and accrual? Go thumbs up and go subscribe to my channel. Bye guys.